But then let's talk about something that is dear to Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians' heart, that it seems that the government or an institute, that's the Nigerian Institute of Leather and Science Tech, Zaria, is looking to ban, and that's the ban on animal skin, known as Ponmo or Kanda, as some other persons will call it.
Yeah.
Right.
And they are saying that to promote leather and leather business in Nigeria, they want to ban hides and skin, the consumption of that. And I'm wondering what the Nigerian dish will be like without Ponmo. How a lot of Nigerians will feel not having this staple. Because if you can't afford fish, meat, this is what a lot of persons fall back on to, consume in their meals. And I'm wondering, a ban, will it really promote the business of leather in Nigeria? What will it do for the Nigerian, really?
It's, in addition to all those concerns, which are legitimate as against what government says is for overall interest of everyone, there's also, those people who depend on, Ponmo as their own means of sustenance. That's their
the business. Yeah.
Because like they say, every part of the cow is meat. So even the hide is equally, tasty. And so I'm also wondering, is it the cow hide? I guess it's the cow hide because, perhaps maybe there are other options that people could explore. But yes, Ponmo has its place in almost every dish. And I really wonder, just like you are wondering what the meals will be like. But yes, we note the health concerns, especially at the time in Lagos when there was this issue about 3 years ago or so about, poisonous Ponmo in circulation.
Especially those very thick ones that people
very
like.
thick ones. And at the time, reading up on that now, at the time, the stance of government was that particular Ponmo was poisonous for eating, but it was actually being shipped into the country for the purpose of leather shoemaking. So for people to now intercept that and start selling it to innocent Nigerians under the guise of I want to eat Ponmo, I must eat Ponmo, and that really, struck me as, the things we eat, we may really never know the source of what we are eating.
But Kelly, can you eat a meal without Ponmo as it is now that government is looking at?
Veronica, take a look at the pictures we're displaying right now. Peppered
Ponmo.
and look, in fact, being on set right now, I even feel like I wish I could have a bite of it. But I mean, seriously, it's really interesting. I think for starters, is the fact that there's a bridge, so to say, a trust gap between our leaders and the people and Nigerians. And so whenever, first of all, there's an introduction of such legislation, for instance, there's that suspicion that what exactly is the government trying to do? I mean, we have more serious issues. There's ASU strike, there's fuel scarcity, there's food scarcity and security and all of that, the security issues and all. So one would say, we have other issues. I mean, why bring this now? Why bring up this issue about the leather now? I mean, you should have known all the while. I think Nigerians can cope and survive without a chunk of Ponmo on their plates. Yes, I think so, and I'll tell you why. We had Ebola so many years ago, and many of us feared eating meat. Bush meat, precisely. Yeah. But so if we could survive, and apart from bush meat, we all became very skeptical about meats.
Yes.
Generally,
so
during Ebola.
It didn't stop people from eating meat.
It didn't stop, but it reduced. It reduced because I come from the part of Nigeria where we eat meat a lot. Dog meat, cow meat, goat meat, chicken, and all we eat. All kinds. But for that period, the businesses, even those who are into dog meat, it's called 404 in that part of the world. It reduced. Their businesses suffered. So I feel we can survive, we can cope with it. However, can the government assure Nigerians that this indeed will generate a source of revenue for the government? This would indeed empower people. It will help employment rate because it's terrible. It's terrible. I think the 3% or thereabouts at the moment. And then of course for those who are into this, who as Kemi said, what's the alternative for them? What would they switch to?
And then on the other hand, there's also the aspect of people's businesses also suffering.
That's why we're asking.
On the flip side, that is now on account of not being able to access hides for their shoe business. For crying out loud, why would I, as a shoemaker, now have this commodity imported when we have it in abundance? So Well, it's a proposed ban. It's a proposed action. So naturally one would expect that there will be a lot of deliberations and communications, you know, and reaching out,
involving
at
the
this,
stakeholders,
all the stakeholders,
such that it does not affect one person and
over the other.
there has to be some balance
Absolutely.
across the board for everyone, because much as we want to have it in our meals, there's also the business sides to it for those who are making shoes or whatever it is they are doing with the hides and skin, the leather, and then for those who are in the business of selling this as well. All right, we'll see how it goes.
I was going to mention that the Anambra State government also placed a ban on miniskirts.
Oh, right, yeah.